Okay, gang, I have a very angry baby goat. She is not happy that lunch is 10 minutes behind schedule. But here we are. So where do you think she is? Is she here? No. Is she here? No. Is she outside? No. Anywhere? Bueller? Bueller? Oh, there you are. You're mad. You want your bottle. And of course, all the adults have to get up in there with her. Not that she misses a beat. Almost done. The little tail wag with every suckle. All right, Madam Lady. That's redundant, isn't it? You're all done. There's nothing left. I know you want more, but there's nothing left. It's empty. You're sucking air. All right. And we know that your bottle's going to blow away. So, and I'm stepping all over you. So we're just going to toss that out there so it doesn't blow away. I can't leave it on the ground in here as much as I'd like to because one of the adult goats will pick it up and chew on it, and then the nipple will be completely kaput. And I'd have to go get a new one, and I don't really want to do that. Ren, you hanging with Mr. Voodoo? Voodoo hoodoo? So there you go. That was afternoon baby feeding. It takes longer to make the bottle. Oh, we're rolling. Everybody's rolling in that corner today. Here we go. Here comes the crowd. Well, hey guys, if you're new here, this is Pam from Racing for Home Farm. It is a little bit windy today, so sorry about the wind noise. Around here, the animals rule the schedule. I try and keep up, but as evidenced by the displeasure at a 10-minute late lunch, I don't do it very well. These guys are Miniature Silky Fainting Goats. They're ranging in age now from about 6 weeks old to our old ladies, 7 years old or so, but the babies are 6 weeks to about 8 weeks. Some of them are going on 9 weeks almost. Oh, and somebody is biting my back. That would be Persephone. Why are you chewing on my back? I got you chewing on my back. I got this one chewing on my legs. Everybody's having a blast. Oh, and here's my little snuggle bunny. Stop. Persephone, stop it. Dear good, my goodness, I'm going to have to stand up. Oh, even Mom had to stand up. It was lunchtime. There's more lunchtime. They lift her right up off the ground, those two big boys. Some of our little guys are down here. So I didn't finish my intro because I had goats chewing on my clothes and I had to relocate. Like I said, the animals rule the schedule. I don't keep up, and nothing here is planned. Nothing here is scripted. Nothing here is edited. You get it as I take it, and sometimes they're really cute, sometimes not so much. Today they're really cute. Isn't that right? Are you going to be really cute? Are you going to be really cute? You two are always really cute and never apart from each other. I know I've said it before, but I am so happy those two boys are going home together because, boy, they are inseparable. They are never far from each other. My little shadow is right here, just in case you were wondering. She doesn't ever go far. She does fine when I'm not around, but boy, when I'm around, she is right here. So these guys down here are younger kids. They're the same age as Miss Lady. Again, that's redundant. So we can't call her Madam Lady. We can't call her Miss Lady. She's just going to have to be Lady. Lady Driver, LD, Lady D, maybe Lady D. Lady D? We're still working on it. like I said, we have a tradition here that we don't change the names the breeders gave them, even though a lot of times breeders, similar to me, we don't give them names expecting that that's what you're going to call them. They're registered names, they're paperwork names, they're not necessarily what we call barn names. So for example, Misty up there is racing for home Misty Morning. We wouldn't call her Misty Morning, her barn name is Misty. Our little girl here, Sock Monkey, got her full name because she just lives into Sock Monkey, but sometimes we call her Socky. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, buddy, you got up for me? So, they have longer names generally for their registered names, and then they have a barn name. But we try and keep the barn name their registered name in some way, shape, or form. So I told you before, she's Lady Driver, which is hilarious, actually. But too much to say all the time, right? We don't want to be out here in the pasture going, Lady Driver, Lady Driver. That would be silly. So we will, are you stretching? Yeah, you showing off your body? She's in that awkward stage where her legs are longer than her body. Hi, mister. Did you come in for your close-up? He likes to see the camera every day. So yes, she's Lady Driver. And while I love that and think it's hilarious, it's not the right pasture or barn name. So it's either going to be Lady. It's definitely not going to be Driver. Driver would not work for her. So Lady, Lady D maybe. I was thinking maybe LD, but I'm certainly open to suggestions. Again, traditionally I like to respect the breeder and the names that they picked, so it's got to stick within that range. So help me out, guys and gals out there. Let me know what you're thinking. Meanwhile, the happiest Shih Tzu on earth is showing off. I don't know if we're going to be able to get close enough through the fence. There we go. He could not be happier if he tried. He is, oh, sorry, I'm so zoomed in, it's hard to keep it steady. He's got sunshine, wind, he's got grass to lay in and scratch his belly on. Oh, he's just the happiest little Shih Tzu ever. Hugo is down here. He's hanging at the top of the barn. Tonka and Sophie are over here. And for once, Tonka's behaving himself, which means he's probably gotten into trouble somewhere and I just haven't found it yet. The pigs are out. The donkeys are out. It is warm, meaning like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is more like mid-June weather for us. And of course, it's the beginning of May. I'm not complaining. If it wasn't for the wind, it might be miserable, but with this heavy breeze, and it's very, very breezy. Don't know if you can see the trees moving or hear the wind, but it is breezy. And that makes it so pleasant. Everything has greened up almost instantly, right? We went from bare trees to just green, lush green everywhere. So we are deep into spring. It's awesome. It's been such a good run of weather. I mean, even when it was chilly this weekend, it wasn't miserable cold. And then look at, I know we've seen this show before, but it never gets old. Persephone snuggling with her boy. He loves his mama. And she's pretty tolerant considering that he's one of the oldest. Oh, now, that was interesting. So who came in behind her was Misty's boy, who, I don't know if that would be her like half brother or something weird. Misty is Persephone's mom. So it's kind of weird. I'm not going to even try and figure out what to call them. But yes, he came in from behind and started to nudge her. I guess he was probably confused. Her and her mom look very much the same, especially from the back. So we probably thought that was mom and got her nudged up to nurse. And then her little boy was like, well, I'll take advantage of that. Thank you very much. Now he's snuggling with his brother. It's afternoon siesta time. Seems to be what I always come down to anymore. they're kind of past, I mean, they never get, goats bounce around. They never get past the super bouncy flouncy stage. But they certainly have grown into themselves. They're quite confident in their space. They're quite comfortable with where they're living, how they're living. So it's always good to see. Now here's my boot rub buddy. If he can't snuggle with mom and he can't snuggle with his brother, he's going to come rub my boots. And now Miss Lady down there did not follow me up, which is awesome. She's hanging with some of the younger kids. Those are kids her age. Yeah, I kind of like it. She's playing peekaboo behind the stumps. She's settled in really well. I mean, today is really only day 2 for her. We don't count the night that she traveled home and was shell-shocked from all the change. Yesterday was really her first full day to adjust to the pasture, the rest of the goats, etc. Had the camera on her most of last night, checking in, right? Where is she sleeping? Who is she sleeping with? Is she stuck in the corner, miserable? Or is she piled up in the baby pile? And she was right in the mix. She was right in the baby pile mix, no problem whatsoever. Today, she's clearly much more confident now that she's got a full belly and she's not mad at me. So things are looking good. And then, oh, by the way, the froggies did in fact get here. So, oh my gosh, they're so much smaller than I thought they'd be. So they're really much younger than expected. Certainly they don't get to be big frogs by any means, but they're a lot smaller than I expected, which is perfectly fine. I was prepared for that just in case. You never know, and it's always better to have smaller food. You can make smaller food bigger. It's a lot harder to make bigger food smaller. So all 6 of them arrived safe and sound. They're in their new tank acclimating. We'll try and give them a little food later today. But I'm giving them some hours to settle in. Once again, just like any other transition. I can't help it. Look at her now. Totally relaxed. Absolute sunbathing with a nice full belly. She's just a happy baby goat. All right, so anyway, frogs are acclimating. Everybody's happy. Dogs are melted in the sun. Hugo, have you melted? Yes, he has melted completely. He's got his legs kicked out back, looking like a frog butt. That's what we call that. So I think we're going to call it here. And until next time, there's work to be done. Bye for now.